Good Lord, that's a beautiful sound that I'm hearing on this beautiful Tuesday night. Coming live at the QLCP podcast. This is your boy, Nolan Miller. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing?
I love the dramatic pauses.
Yeah, bro.
I also like the fact that you put P when the P stands for podcast.
Yeah, true.
So the QLCP podcast.
Yeah, double P. I'm
P?
down for OPP,
Oh,
bro.
so a little double penetration.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, sometimes it'd be like that.
I mean, open up strong, I guess.
Yeah. We are explicit if you're listening and you're like 13.
Yeah, no rules.
Wow.
Yeah. If
Wow,
you didn't know that.
badass.
I know.
Holy shit. Who am I joined by? Who,
You know,
who are these
always
kids?
timid and shy. Chris Sims.
Chris Sims?
And Mitch Garrett over here drinking somewhat cold Coors. The mountains are not blue, they're a little blue, which is a
The
little
mountains,
sad. But
the mountains are always blue. And then we're also joined by this beautiful entity over here.
Oh, wow.
You know, Nolan, you said OPP a moment ago.
Yes.
I think that stands for Other People's Podcast! Here I am on the Quarter Life Crisis Podcast.
It is him.
Or
You've heard of us.
in my case, a midlife crisis, because 25s, that's my halfway point.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is it?
Why are you guys planning on going to 100?
Yeah, that is true.
Haven't these 25 been bad enough? Do you really need another 75? I think we're good. I think this is a midlife crisis podcast.
Wow.
Or if we're lucky, it's a whole life crisis podcast. We're gonna
This is it. This is
I mean,
it.
it's Mumkey Jones town. What do you think I put in all the Coors?
Oh, wow.
You guys are
Ooh.
done.
Ooh.
It's your last episode.
So,
I hope it's a live stream.
So now,
Yeah, drink up.
So now that now that it's 2020, what do you identify as over there? Are you Tyler? Are you Simian? Are you Mumkey?
I think my new name will be the host of the Quarter Life Crisis.
Oh wow,
I'm here to take it over.
Oh okay.
That's gonna be
Damn,
my
we're being
biggest-
hijacked right now, ladies and
Excellent.
gentlemen.
Hey, have a good night, guys. It's been real.
Are we starting a cult? Is this a cult now?
In the comments, decide if we're a cult. If we get 10 people who say this is now a cult, I think legally that's how you define
We have to
it.
submit papers, right? At that point.
Yeah.
I think so.
Legal cult papers.
Cult papers.
To who?
The feds have to make sure they're tracking our every move. So yes, there is like a 20-page document that
Well,
says
shit.
we legally defined as a cult. However, we do get some really nice tax breaks.
That's
So,
true. That's true. We get a
Really?
compound.
For all
We
that,
get our own compound. Yeah.
Come on.
with all that great ad revenue we get, which is zero.
You know, guys, I gotta say I've been listening to your show
Oh, wow. Thank you.
sparsely for the last year or so. I remember when I was down in Florida, you had an episode where somebody was in Australia. Which one of you was in
I
Australia?
was in New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, that was the first episode I heard, and I've jumped in every now and again for the last year. And I gotta say, I think you guys are being very disingenuous on the show. I feel like you're all playing characters. Nolan has not even dived into in high school as a freshman. He fucked every single cheerleader. And he's into fat Asian chicks. Like, he didn't even enjoy it. He just did it because he wanted to prove that he could. He fucked all these hot chicks.
I'm so sorry that I've been
Like,
holding myself back.
Why don't you ever talk about this kind of stuff on the show? Are you embarrassed?
I mean, yeah, dude.
Open up.
I'm sorry that I'm
Jesus.
just a closed book, and
Yeah.
I gotta put a mask on the.
Yeah, hidden life
For
from all of
myself,
us.
yeah.
And, I mean, and Mitch hasn't mentioned that our 8th grade English teacher molested him. I feel like that should be
Wow.
talked
That
about
should
a
be
little
Rough.
Yeah.
bit. Mr. Smackweenie, I think.
Oh my God, damn, he's just coming in strong over here.
You boys, I've been on this show for almost 2 years. You guys have not told me this. shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, it's buried way
Carla-
deep down.
Let me tell you, Carlisle's a very dark place. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, you see, it
I
all
think
started when a band teacher slept with
Oh my. Yeah.
that's how my career started as Mumkey Jones. It's funny that, I mean, it's a perfect transition.
Really?
My first viral hit was an inside joke video I made about how our band teacher was a pedophile. And that video blew up on Reddit and got like 500,000 views in 2 days. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah, I mean, just before we get
Damn.
into it here, me and Mitch went to high school with Tyler over here.
You
grew
guys
up in
were
the
in my
system together.
my most recent video. You guys are both in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. But before we get too far into it, I kind of have a surprise for everybody.
Our engagement.
Oh,
Yeah,
where's the ring?
I mean,
Are you hiding
so
your
me and
ass?
Tyler, I gotta get something so you guys
Oh.
can talk.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're putting down the
He's
mic.
getting out. Let's see in here. It's very long.
Oh god, it's the
very hard.
coronavirus. Yes, the coronavirus.
We should be.
World War Z. World War Z. 2020.
Okay.
Now he's just got a giant bulge in his pants.
So it's cut up because my mom is supposed to be making me a quilt from high school.
So she cut up
But-
your shirt?
She cut up. It's not a shirt.
Oh.
It is a shirt.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
But it is the shirt.
The. Capital THE.
Upside down.
Very much upside down.
What is this?
For the people.
For the
people.
cringe.
It is the shirt. My favorite shirt.
Best friends.
It is the.
In high
Oh,
school,
wow.
Nolan and I, senior year, had a tradition where we would take a picture
Jeez,
together
yep.
every day. And was it for Valentine's Day? Why did I made shirts of us with our best pictures on
I
it?
think it might have been the last day of school.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Do you remember why we started it? Because I don't.
Probably because we had a class together, and your girlfriend Becky sat near us, and she had a camera, and we're like, "Hey, Becky, take our picture every
Was
day."
it a camera or phone?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Are you trying to date us here, Nolan? Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Not that old.
Yeah. Her Polaroid camera she pulled out.
Yeah, bro.
Shake it.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no
Shake
shit.
it.
She had somebody draw us. Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every day. Senior
Every
year,
day.
right? That was
Yeah, I
senior
remember
year.
those
Yeah.
photos.
It was in Mr. Fink's class.
It was in Mr. Fink's class. Yeah,
Yeah.
first semester we had a class together, and we just started taking photos every single day, and with each other.
And we would post them on. I think Becky would
Facebook.
post them on Facebook
Every single day.
Yeah,
Every day.
Badass.
it's like
And
a
then-
huge collection.
Through thick and thin too, through sick days, through everything we would all do. It got deep. There's some creepy ass photos in there too, dude. I'll tell you that.
What happened?
see.
I don't remember the funny ones.
Like the one that's on the shirt where I'm like looking in the camera like this, like I was like
Serious?
I'm I like eyes down, and then I kind of just go like
Oh.
like that.
I don't
Peer
remember
up.
that.
Bring it out.
Is it on the shirt?
Yeah, it's on the shirt.
like
It's
your-
the top left photo.
It's like
We'll
your,
have to see if we
your
can get
creep
it.
face?
Yeah, dude. It's like
Okay.
I thought that was your
or,
face.
yeah, top left. Yep.
That's you like doing the Leo and whatever her name was from Titanic.
Oh,
wow.
Sort of. Like,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
standing
yeah.
behind me.
Yeah, we
with your
tried
Oh,
arms
I
to
around.
see.
a couple
Oh,
things
very
here, yeah.
sexual.
I guess you can like take a good picture and put it into the video of the
Mhm.
podcast.
I see
Yeah.
some
We'll see.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah,
some-
dude. It was.
Some almost. Ooh,
Was that for
prom?
one of the football games, that Hawaiian dress up?
Yeah, for sure. That
Okay.
was homecoming week or something
Ooh,
there
spirit.
for sure.
Oh.
We had tons of school spirit, dude. That's why Tyler made videos about shooting up said school.
Oh, yeah. I think that bottom left one might have been. Was that when Nolan and I were in the Big Brothers Big Sisters
Yep.
program?
Yep.
And so we'd get out of class like once a week to go hang out with like a 7-year-old at the
Yep.
elementary school next
Yep.
door to the high school.
Yep.
And have you kept up with your little at all? Do you remember
No,
much
but I
about him?
remember his name. I think.
Shout him out. Shout him out.
I think it was Mike McCall or something there. What about yours?
Mine is still in my younger cousin's class in school, so
okay.
I'll hear about him from her. But what are they now, like 15 or 16? These
Holy
kids.
Wow.
shit.
But he like added me on Facebook,
Aw.
and he's retweeting a bunch of like really racist pro-Trump stuff.
Oh no.
And it's like it's so funny seeing like this kid posting all this stuff. Like, dude, you're 15. What are you posting?
Hail
You don't know-
Trump.
Like you're literally just posting what your parents think. You
Yep.
have no opinion.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's I don't know. I guess I didn't mentor him very well.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me and Tyler we're just, very good citizens at Carlisle's. The good old class of 2013.
Okay.
over
I was
there.
elected student council in middle school. You know, I was a super important.
Were you always at Carlisle?
Yeah,
Whole career?
yeah.
Hell yeah. I think so too. Mitch, you were the.
No, Mitch moved in with Biggs in like 7th grade or.
No,
5th
I
grade.
I got there in 4th. So I went there preschool, and then the new school got
yeah,
built
yeah,
where I
yeah.
lived. So that's why I went to the elementary school, and then we moved, and then that's when I
okay.
went
Oh,
back to
I
Carlisle.
see how it is. You're not an OG Carlisle.
No,
boy.
yeah, he's one of them
no
fake
OG.
sons of
Yeah.
bitches, bro.
Biggs and I do this show called the Mumkey and Big Show, and we were talking about Mitch the other day because we're going through Bigstory, and Biggs is like, yeah, when I first moved to Carlisle, I was only friends with like the Muslim guy, Mitch.
The
Muslim guy, or a Cole.
I don't think he knew a Cole from his previous school.
No, yeah, because Brandon went to the same elementary school as Zach and I. Because Zach and I went to River Woods, which is a little, he lived in the same neighborhood.
He
and
said you
everything.
guys were best friends and hung out all the time. And
I mean, from what I can remember,
Mitch hated Biggs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Shout out Biggs. Thanks for watching. Mitch hates your guts, bro.
Yeah, you got me.
This is so awesome. I'm finding out all this Carlisle beef and shit and history.
No, dude, that's funny that you bring that up because it was him and I think Josh Case was another person.
Yeah, that was the other one.
And then Cole Smith, I didn't know, he didn't go to the same school, but we played soccer together growing up. So when Cole came to Carlisle,
it all makes sense. You're a soccer player, man.
Exactly.
I get it now.
Is that where you met Biggs? Is on the soccer field?
Did Biggs
Was
play
he the
soccer?
goalie? He just stood there.
Jesus.
I remember kicking Carlisle's ass in soccer. Just saying.
Really cough on my beer, bro?
My bad. I have
No one has the coronavirus.
No, guys, there's no way I have
We're
the
dying.
coronavirus when I'm
where's your
drinking
mask?
Coors.
You need to be drinking Corona.
You guys want to hear something fucked up?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sure, okay.
You might want to censor this off the podcast, but it's really dark. Do you want to hear how I found out Kobe Bryant died?
Do tell.
Nolan texted me and said at least it wasn't a white guy.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's not going on.
Is that too soon?
Nolan's the one who said
exactly,
it,
I
not
know,
me.
right?
Blame me.
You said Nolan said it.
Yeah.
Nolan, are you racist or what? Like, what's up?
Jesus, yeah.
Is it
just
bad-
come on my podcast and just start roasting
I mean,
me.
first you
Cool.
only like fat Asian chicks, and now you're glad that Kobe died because he was black.
Oh my
Like, Nolan, what's wrong with you, dude?
So is it bad that I didn't know who Kobe Bryant was until he
You're
Wait, are
lying.
you being serious?
You're lying.
I'm joking.
Hold the fuck up.
But cut the joke part out. Keep it in.
Nobody can be
Remove.
that contrarian that they don't know who Kobe
Yeah,
Bryant
dude.
is. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's. I think we should bring it up.
That Kobe died.
R.I.P. Kobe, man. Like
I gotta go see if my little from high school tweeted out like, "Thank God he's dead."
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. He would like. I remember growing up and literally like everybody that was tweeting that was like, oh, every time I shot a shot, I yelled Kobe, or threw something in the garbage, I yelled Kobe. That was literally me growing
Oh,
up.
I
like-
remember you doing it. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I mean,
throwing
like,
shit into the garbage in class.
yeah, yelling Kobe, dude. Like, who's LeBron? Like,
You don't yell. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
LeBron. Yeah, Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah, man, it's a
Dude,
sad day.
That's
I don't
what
know.
people say. Yeet is for strength and power, and Kobe is for precision and accuracy.
Oh my God, I hate you so much. Okay.
Grenades will never be the same, brother.
Okay, so I mean, let's just get into it here. Where did it start, Tyler? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's that video I made about Dyer.
No. I'm talking. I'm talking way before the fame, baby. When
The fame. I
What-
don't know if I'd call it fame.
Oh.
About as famous as you guys.
oh bullshit.
You guys, we both have YouTube shows. Like that's how famous it gets.
Whatever.
You have more numbers.
Whatever.
Yeah, but the numbers is
The
like,
numbers. What do they mean?
What do they mean?
Here's the closest I've come to feeling like a celebrity is that
Mitch's friend from college that recognized Mitch from one of your videos.
Yeah. But I went to the gas station next to my house at like 1 a.m, looking like a homeless guy because I don't shave when I was wearing like 5 jackets because I don't have a big winter coat. So I just like a fucking homeless bum. And I walked from my house to the gas station to get a shit ton of candy and soda because it's 1 a.m, and why not? And some guy in line recognized me and paid for all my shit without even saying anything.
What?
Because he recognized me from YouTube, and I'm like, wow, I looked like fucking garbage right now.
But thank you.
He must have like felt really sorry for me because like I'm out there looking like shit, buying candy and soda.
How long ago was this?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Recently, he has hit rock bottom. YouTube star.
What do you recognize? You as Mumkey then, obviously, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, he looked at me and he's like, oh, never mind. Like he didn't want to bother me, and then he just bought all
Damn.
my shit.
Aw.
It was really
Damn,
cool.
Very nice.
But yeah, I mean,
That's the only plus side to having more numbers than you. Is that one time I got candy.
one time I got candy from a stranger, dude. It
Everything
was
else-
unbelievable.
Everything else is all downside.
Where did it start though? Do you remember? Like, was it? How old were you? Were first YouTube upload?
Probably like 11. I think I was a big fan of the sketch comedy show The Whitest Kids You Know.
Yep.
Oh,
Of
my
course.
God,
So I
yes.
started making like my own versions of their skits. Like there was one where Trevor Moore was he's gonna do Super Size Me, but instead of McDonald's, he was gonna do it with whiskey. So he's just drinking nothing but whiskey for 30 days straight.
Holy
But
shit.
it's just a sketch. It's
Yeah.
not real.
Yeah.
So then when I was 11, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, but I'll do it with milk. And that was the joke. It's like, I'm gonna drink milk
I think
for
I-
30 days,
yeah.
and I'm like, day 2, I'm just vomiting milk everywhere. And that was, I think, one of the first videos I put on YouTube back when I was like
Damn.
11.
Damn.
I don't know if I have access to that anymore. Probably not.
So is the channel still up, or was
No.
that, okay.
I've been getting every channel I ever made deleted since I was 11. I think when I was 12, some fucking sketch YouTube show made a video of like a mean Elmo who's like, Elmo's like, oh, fuck you, motherfucker. And somehow I had it downloaded on my computer from something, and then I re-uploaded it on my channel to get views on it because I wanted to get views, and I
Yep.
was 12.
Yeah.
And then
Obviously.
and they
Clout. You wanted clout since
They-
you were 12, bro.
They messaged me saying, hey, this is our video, please take this down, and I replied saying no.
Just no. One word,
Yeah, I
no.
was like, no. Because I was getting lots of views. I was like, oh, shit, dude, this will drive people to look at the stuff I made by
Yep.
going to the channel. And then they just got my whole channel deleted for stealing their shit.
Nice, nice. How many channels are you up to now, then?
Oh, throughout my whole life, probably like 40.
Wow.
4D?
4D.
Well, yeah, just making a bunch of random shit, and then some of them you abandon, and some of them get deleted, and,
Holy shit.
yeah.
I didn't know that many.
Yeah, back in like high school when he's like, oh, me and Zach Clark want to make videos. I guess we'll make a whole separate channel just for the stuff I do with him,
Okay.
and you just,
Gotcha, okay.
just keep making shit. I mean, as Mumkey, I've probably made over 10 channels that were all varying levels of success.
Wow, that's awesome.
So what drove the whole Mumkey like persona and everything?
Just like Biggs and some of those guys in high school, like that was just my nickname to them because I.
Yeah, because it was in high school. Mumkey was created in high school then, right?
Like that was just my nickname for me. So then when I make a, internet account, why not just go by my nickname I already have?
Okay. But I'm saying that mask. I felt like you used that mask in a couple of videos in high school.
Yeah, that was Biggs's brother's mask, and we started making Let's Plays on the Mumkey and Big show, and sometimes we would do live action stuff, but we didn't want to show our actual selves, so my character was like a monkey, and then he never showed his face or anything. But that was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Damn, dude.
Okay.
So you said earlier the only plus side to the fame per se was getting the candy bought for you. So
Right,
what
right.
have been some of the downsides of making these videos and reaching some sort of internet stardom? I mean, you were referenced by PewDiePie on one of the videos, so like, I mean, that's
Well, the downside is that once you become dependent on it as your career, because like you have to either really go all in or just do it as like a part-time hobby. And I decided to go all in, and when that's the only job you have, and you're making a shit ton of money, and you have like a really big channel, but then you're working for YouTube, and YouTube doesn't give a shit about you. They won't reply to you with a human. So if they decide they want to fire you and delete all your shit for no good reason, they can just do that and get away with it. And it's like, what, I'm going to go talk to HR? Or like, no, you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been several times where I felt like after achieving my live stream, I had it taken away along with my income, along with everything. And then you just have to rebuild from the beginning and start over again. And it's not super fun. It gets...
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty... it grinds away at you a lot.
Yeah, that was around the time for the Elliot skit, wasn't it? I think that's when that really started happening, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I had like 15 videos analyzing the Elliot Rodger massacre, and YouTube thought that the videos contained hate speech, which if you're making a documentary about a killer and like their philosophies and what they wrote, I mean, good luck not including their hate speech. That's kind of the whole point of teaching about it in the first place, is to show how these people think and what you should look for if we want to prevent this from happening again. So I think it's important to talk about. And YouTube's like, nah, 300,000 subscribers, fuck you. It's all gone. No more money for you. Goodbye.
So, but that, I mean,
damn.
obviously, yeah, they like took you down and stuff, but like, wasn't that also like a cleansing period? YouTube went like under a huge like cleansing period of like getting rid of
Adpocalypse 2.0, was it? Was that around that time?
Maybe, I don't know. It was about a year and a month ago.
Is that all it was? Was just a year ago?
It was last December 2018.
It was
Holy
when I
shit.
was getting back from New Zealand, because I was watching tons of PewDiePie around then. I don't know why. I was just like on a PewDiePie kick. And I remember sitting down in the my parents' basement after I just gotten back from New Zealand like a week later, and I was watching a video, and all of a sudden he started talking about Mumkey Jones. I'm like, holy shit. I know that guy.
I went to high school with that guy.
Holy shit. So yeah, that was crazy. And for me, watching PewDiePie was a great insight to how the inner workings of YouTube is. And like he said the same thing. It's like one day you can wake up and your whole career's gone.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it's like to live like that. Like,
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you'd also have to realize how lucky anybody is to be in a position where they can make fucking stupid-ass videos for a living and have fans who, like, send them shit. So it's like, oh, well, you lost that? Fuck you, I never had it in the first place. Like, there's a lot of people online who have no sympathy for this sort of thing.
Okay,
Like, oh, no,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you. Like, I don't know if it's jealousy or just, like, get a real job, that kind of attitude. Where I almost agree with them, but that doesn't make my situation any less painful. It's like, oh, yeah, you're right, but also you don't know what it's like to be the guy who got fucked.
Yeah, because it's like okay, like yeah, you make money off of YouTube, but that's literally your job.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think it's because they don't see it as, some people hate their jobs and they have to go slave away for somebody else for $8 an hour
for
for
sure.
40 hours a week, so they see me fucking playing video games and making money and they just get pissed.
yeah, that's fair.
So it's like they get pleasure from watching somebody get destroyed when they were doing that as their career.
That's almost like the conversation that we had, like where you're out in public and people are like, oh, you're donating plasma or getting a haircut or whatever you're doing, and you're like, oh, what do you do for a living? You're not just like, I make fucking YouTube videos.
Yeah. I tell strangers that I just edit videos online and I don't tell them anything anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want like my dentist looking at my channel and then when I go back in 6 months later, it's like telling me about my videos because like, oh,
That's not a
yeah, that's kind of embarrassing.
yeah.
The shitty thing is, like, so your channel got banned because of certain content that you covered, yet other channels can have Elsa fucking Spider-Man, and they don't get, and it's meant for kids, and that shit still is making money.
I mean, one of my strikes that got me taken down was I did an audiobook of Elliot Rodgers' Manifesto, and there are half a dozen other uploads of the same exact content that have been up even longer than mine was, but they specifically wanted me down. So when they're interpreting my intent of the same exact kind of content, in my case it's hate speech. When anybody else does it, it's newsworthy.
Wow.
The same exact thing.
did you have the most views on content like that? Were you the most prominent?
Yeah,
like when
I
people would
was-
search?
Yeah, I was the Elliot Rodger guy. That was my big thing. I think if I made a video about him, it would get 100,000 views within a couple of weeks, pretty much every time.
Jesus.
Yeah,
And you had 15 videos?
I had a shit ton of videos about him.
Okay.
Really, I made some guy who was a hacker hacked into Elliot's email account. Because he's like dead or whatever. I don't know what the legality of hacking and like guessing somebody's password and getting on their account. But he had all these. He sent all of the emails specifically to me so I could make a documentary about them.
Holy
And
shit.
there were like a bunch of emails between him and his parents that like obviously had never been public before, and it proved that like when his father was being interviewed by the press, the father was sometimes lying and like saying things to like try to get the blame off of him, and then we read all these emails. It's like, no, you knew exactly what you just told the lady you had no idea about, and that kind of shit. And I had a whole documentary about that, so I wouldn't be surprised if Elliot's parents even like threatened to sue YouTube to get my channel down immediately.
So now we're getting conspiracy
Okay,
theories.
so
I think that's what happened.
So I mean, when
Because YouTube has been known, if they get threatened legally, that they'll take down like Dark Side Phil had his channel taken down like 8 years ago for somebody pretending to be a company, emailing YouTube saying we're take down this guy's channel and we're gonna sue you. They just fucking fell for it, and it was a random guy.
oh my god, I guess that so when you that like hacker or whatever that was like unwarranted, like you didn't ask this guy to do that.
No, he hit me up and said, "Hey, I did this. Do you want all these emails?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, I do."
Damn. So you
Oh,
went.
shit.
You were like. So at first, obviously, it was probably like more of a joke, like you know, just like trying to be a jackass about the situation. But then, like.
No, at that point, everything I made about Elliot was, I mean, like I would maybe like have jokes in the videos and be funny, but it was always like a serious analysis.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. It was like I was like a true crime comedy show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I guess my point was when you started getting like. Were there other people besides him? But when you started getting more information, it kind of turned into your job, quote unquote. Did you feel like obligated to present this to the world, or you know what I mean?
When I was like 20 or 21, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I became the world expert on Elliot Rodger? Because like at that point, he was he was a 4chan meme. Like they would pretend to worship him because he's like the incel king. Like, oh, he did what we all dream of doing, and it's just like a joke. And I thought, what if I read through his manifesto, it's like 140 pages with like a fine-tooth comb, and I take notes, and I really figure out the psychology of this person, because I feel like the news media wasn't doing a proper job, and I thought, well, shit, they're not getting paid to do this, but I can. Why don't I just dedicate so much of my life to finding out everything I can about why this massacre took place, and for like 2 years, that's what I did.
Damn, dude.
Excellent. Very nice.
See, that's.
Well, that was the end of me, though, so it's, you know.
I mean, that content though is honestly what I look for on YouTube. Like, I absolutely love user-generated content. I like people who go out of the way. Like, they do it because they have a passion to do this stuff, not because they're paid by a giant media corporation to research this. Like, you're doing it because why the fuck not? You know.
Yeah, and that's when you, I think, get more genuine content, is that somebody's doing it because it's something they are genuinely interested in. Otherwise, the video wouldn't exist.
For sure, yeah, that's crazy. And looking back at that, I'm just trying to fathom what it's like to have the basis of everything just out of whim to someone you'll never meet in your whole entire life. Like, just like I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like having to deal with that, and I would be so angry, man, if I woke up one day and all my shit was gone.
Oh, I was pretty heartbroken and mad, yeah, for a long time.
Were you verified at this point?
Oh yeah, I had a check mark and all that.
Okay.
I even had a supposed YouTube employee who would like answer my emails. Like once you get 100,000 subscribers, they used to just automatically make you a partner and give you a contact.
100,000 subscribers?
And I was at 300,000, so I'd been talking to this guy for a while. And when they took all my shit down, he just stopped answering my emails.
Oh
like he
my
was
God.
in. He didn't give a shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just infuriating every step of the way, trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, so just taking it back, I don't know, I kind of want to explore your mind on, I mean, it seems like a lot of your content, and I don't watch you religiously, I'm sorry, but
That's fair.
like you bring up your, like the video you posted today or a couple days ago was from high school videos and stuff. You kind of talk, not reenact them, but like break them down a bit. I just want to go back a bit and just like talk about the high school days.
To talk about that just a little bit. If Mumkey Jones was originally the anime guy, and then I was the Elliot Rodger guy, and then I get taken down and I come back as Simian Jimmy, I'm in a position where I have to figure out what my new main shtick is gonna be. And I don't really feel like making parody anime videos like I did 6 years ago. And I can't make Elliot Rodger videos. So what else do I have that I'm really passionate about and that I like to do? And like you guys know, what we're about to talk about, I've always really been into amateur filmmaking and people who have no budget, nothing, just a group of their friends going out and trying to make an entertaining work or movie or whatever it might be. So I think my shtick for about maybe a year-ish has been really celebrating amateur films, taking a look back at mine and how some of them failed, most of them failed, and how some of them I thought I think are still kind of good. But also giving the audience a chance to showcase their talents. Twice a year I do a short film festival, specifically with my audience, where they submit films and I curate them, and then a film normally that they would make, because there's random people, they could maybe expect to get like 10 views, but then I put it in my festival and now they have 30,000 people voting their film as the best film. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun for everybody, and I don't really see a lot of other YouTubers giving random people in their audience a chance to shine and maybe build their own audience.
Do you give them for those film festivals? Is there a prize, or are you just literally there to promote them? Or
well, usually the prize is a joke. Like, well, you can choose my next video topic, or sometimes they'll say Biggs is going to PayPal you $10.
Never does.
Of course he doesn't do it. But people just do it for fun. It's like,
that's awesome.
Imagine you want to make videos, but you have no audience, and you're given the chance to know for a fact 30,000 people are going to see this thing that I made, and I might get a whole bunch of attention and fans from it. I think it's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
That's beautiful to have a community that close, I guess.
Yeah, and I think like what I was thinking when you were just talking about all that, I felt like growing up in Carlisle, I felt like there was like our grade especially, there was a good group of guys that just like, guys and girls, that just people that like wanted to make films, like you the film club in high school, but even before that in middle school and stuff. Like I always mess around with like making snowboarding videos, and Mitch always messed around making like the one video that I will always remember was when we went in your backyard when we were making like a Halo fight video.
Yeah, it was literally nothing but us running around with toy guns.
Yeah, dude. Like,
do you still have it?
And then
oh god, I'm sure if I dug up a hard drive on my dad's computer, it's there somewhere.
You didn't put it online?
It's
he
online.
did. It was for a school project.
Yeah,
I
don't
remember
even know
that.
if it's still there. I would have to dig for that.
But I felt like there was like us, like me, you, Tyler, obviously, and like Dallas, and there was like a lot of people that were
big into it?
making content, if you will, like way back when in middle school and stuff, and it was.
And I feel like I missed that bus because I had friends that were trying to make like Star Wars videos and some random ass Bloody Gary. Look up Zach Beacon on YouTube or whatever the fuck. And then like later on, me and Cedar tried to make our own, like beating up a stunt double. I think we call him Frank or Fred or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's just stupid shit like that, and we never got too much into it.
Out of all the content that I can at least remember from high school, the one that I will always look back on the most fondly is the like the "You Can't Say That" or whatever it was video, where the whole entire thing was literally nothing but racist tropes.
Oh yeah,
and very sketchy
from
and
the film club.
comments.
From the film club.
Yeah, I think it was like saying inappropriate things, but as a pun. So it's like not offensive in the specific context, but it's something that you shouldn't say anyway. And that was actually the teacher who endorsed Film Club. She told all of us that should be our next film topic, is things you're not allowed to say. And then I think somebody in JT ran with that one, and eventually most of us just got invited on board to be in it.
Well, and that was crazy too. The group of people we
had
for
like
that.
10 guys over to do that over at Dallas's house.
And almost everyone, I feel like, for the like there was some sort of like nationality or background to a majority of people.
Well,
like,
everybody got their race made fun of.
Oh yeah,
at some point.
100%.
Yeah.
Including the white people with the NBA bench joke.
Yep. Classic, brother.
Whoa, Rosa Parks.
But I don't know. I felt like we had like a solid group of people. Like even before that, because the film club was literally our senior year, and then it never came to anything after that, right?
I don't know. It might not have even lasted a whole semester.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel like most of the time it was just people coming to watch what film I made that week, and that other people were kind of dropping the ball on making anything.
Yeah. Because I feel like we like all helped you out. They were took part in helping make help you make your videos.
Yeah. I think I was disappointed that more people weren't making stuff on their own that we could all watch. And now I have a YouTube community that does exactly that. So it's like I just needed a bigger crowd of people to make films for me.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
So you go from that to reviewing anime and doing.
Well,
Twitch streams
I
and
went
stuff.
to
Yeah, what's the transition period here? So, like, because we had the separate channel for the film club, and I mean, I know you were always making film. You had your own channel at that point for sure.
Yeah, the transition was just that, I was still making stupid little sketches on my own personal channel, but then me and Brandon started our Let's Play channel, the Mumkey and Big Show.
Okay.
And then we just put up Let's Plays for a couple of years when I started college. And then I started making also on that channel just random little anime joke videos, and one of those that I featured the band teacher in, Dyer, that one went viral, and then our channel got a whole bunch of subs, and then I just kept making the anime stuff because that's what people enjoyed. And that's how that started, I guess, yeah.
So you reviewed anime?
No, I was making fun of people who review anime.
Yeah. It's like the weebs and the
like
weeberized.
all the videos were specifically like just tearing apart the whole genre of losers on the internet who think like these Chinese cartoons are really sophisticated works of art, and like especially when it's like a really pathetic titty anime about like
Anime plot.
some guy who can't decide which of the 7 girls he wants to fuck, and then some fucking fat loser with a neck beard will make a 12
Hey,
part.
take it easy on the neck beard, bro.
Him like a 12-part series explaining why that anime is greater than Casablanca or some shit. And it's like, okay, these people are full of themselves and like fucking sad. I'm gonna make videos making fun of them, and then people liked it.
Excellent.
No, that's
So
A+ content right there.
So this is when you're in college, like this point in college.
Yeah.
And I know you. What'd you get your degree in?
I was going to be an English teacher, but I ended up just getting an English major.
So I feel like it had to have. There's no way. I mean, you got more educated, but do you feel like your education helped fuel your channel at all, or like give you more ideas, or
Yeah. You take, I mean, back in the day I was making a new video every single week, so you need as many inspirations as possible to keep coming up with new ideas for shit. So if there was like a really good book that we read for one of my English classes or something like that, I would just take ideas from all over the place. I'd say it helped, but it definitely wasn't necessary. I mean, I don't have any college debt, so I don't regret going, but it was kind of a waste of time. I don't think I'll ever use my degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just got thought back from the middle school days and stuff. Windows Movie Maker. That was like the thing that I
The
used.
thing?
What sort of Windows Movie Maker? What softwares have you used along the way? Or?
Yeah, when I graduated from Movie Maker, I went to something I downloaded illegally
Of
called
course. The only way
yeah.
to do it.
Cyberlink Power Director, which is just like barely a step above Windows Movie Maker. Like, it's pretty shitty and nobody respects it. Nobody uses it but me, as far as I know. And I still use it 9 years later.
No shit.
Because I don't make like fucking special effects Christopher Nolan movies. I'm making
True.
fucking slideshows with my commentary and plugging in clips of shit. So it doesn't need to be that sophisticated. It's easier for me.
What's it called?
a Cyberlink power director.
Are you
Sponsored?
do you consider yourself an expert on it now? Did you ever pay for it?
No. Still to this day, just download the new one for free.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cyberlink Power Director, for the sponsors. The free software.
Yeah, we appreciate the views. Tyler will pay you eventually, maybe.
Fuck
Like
no.
WinRAR, he'll eventually pay for that.
WinRAR,
Yeah,
dude. Oh my
baby.
god.
I give them $50 a month.
WinRAR.
Yeah.
Really?
I really like unzipping my files, dude. It's important to me. How else am I going to unzip all those illegal torrents I download? I got to pay somebody.
Money in the bank, Frank.
Love it. I mean, that's a good segue, because I was going to ask you what is the whole process from start to finish of a video, like from the first like light bulb aha moment till like you're hitting the upload button on YouTube. Like, what is the process of that?
So I'm a big scripting guy. I think unless it's a fucking video without a script, like you're doing a food challenge and you're spinning a stupid wheel and that kind of stuff.
Good video.
But otherwise, it's you take like at least a week working on a script, because you want to. That's the basis of the video is the jokes and what you're talking about, and if you sound intelligent or stupid on purpose or what you're going for. And letting people read through it and they add in their own jokes. You know, it's like a big collaborative process with me and all my comedy friends online. And the shittiest part for me was always recording the script, because I don't like doing voice acting or that sort of thing. I like acting on camera. Like if there's a camera pointed at me, that's fine. But if it's just me alone with a microphone, for some reason I get all tongue-tied and can't do it. So that's the shittiest part is. And you got to perform it in a funny way. If you're just monotone reading through the funniest jokes, it's not going to work out to the fullest effect. So yeah, recording is a huge nightmare. And after taking 2 hours to record a 3-page script and my whole body's covered in sweat, I usually feel like, oh, fuck this video. I don't like this video anymore. This sucks. So then it's a real grind to edit. You know, you edit. I edit all of the audio of the video first to like give it the backbone, and then you can just plug it in clips and footage and all that shit. And then it's just you got to watch through it after you process it, because for some reason, I don't know if it's just my computer or Cyberlink Power Director, you shitty fucks. But like after you process the video, sometimes there's a bunch of shit in it that wasn't in the editing bay. Like between clips, there'll be like a loud pop of like sound that wasn't there. It's like, oh god fucking damn it. So then you have to like fix each little thing and then reprocess it and then watch it again. And some of my videos are like an hour long. And at this point, when I'm doing my third rewatch to make sure the processor didn't fuck it up.
You hate the video.
I hate it because I've been through the whole thing like 100 fucking times. So every time I upload something, I feel like it's the least funny, most overdone piece of shit. But for everybody else, they don't know what's coming. They've never seen the video like I have. So of course they're not going to hate it like I do. But it's a tough process where you hate your new video every single time you upload it.
That's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna. I was literally gonna be like, so do you like know? Because I mean, when did you? I guess I have multiple questions, but like that's like, when did you know? Like, you don't think that any one of your videos are any good? Then when you first click that upload button. Because, I mean, you have to be satisfied with the video that you recreate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, at this point, now that I'm aware of what's going on, I understand, this video is probably not horrible. I'm just sick of it at this point. And once the comments start coming in and I read through them, it's like, okay, yeah, this is as good as anything else I've made. People are enjoying it, and it's got the same likes as anything else does. But I don't like rewatching my own stuff. And that's why... After I was deleted like 13 months ago, and I'm just now starting to re-upload old videos to the new channel because like I don't really feel like revisiting them that much. When I walked in here, you guys were watching the most recent one, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be in the room for this. I'm so sick of hearing my own voice at this point.
Yeah. And that's the same with us, honestly. Like once we record and I do the audio stuff, like I do the audio. Mitch does the video. Chris just looks beautiful. On
Exactly.
camera,
I just say I do nothing.
Still
I
waiting
mean,
on the merch.
Here I am.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm working on the
he's
merch.
He's our
Ugly Boy Winter coming soon.
He's our merchless
A
merch guy.
merch guy.
No, just
Bringing
kidding.
out the heat.
But I'm definitely the same way when it comes to that. Like we do it here. I do what I'm supposed to do on the audio. Send it to Mitch. He does what he does on the videos, and that's it. Like I almost refuse to watch it because
There are famous actors who are like that. I don't know who by name, but I was reading about a guy who'll go to the movie premiere, but then he won't watch the movie because he hates watching himself, even like in a huge blockbuster.
Wow.
Like these A-list actors feel the same embarrassment seeing themselves on camera.
So, you're saying there's a chance that I could be a famous actor? No,
I
there's
thought
not.
you already were from this podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah. But
wait,
I'm not.
wait. No, you did that one with the casting couch and 2 other black males, right?
Oh, how could I
Oh wait, no,
forget?
the Asians. The big Asians.
the big fat
that's
Asians,
right.
yeah.
How could
In the
I-
cheerleading
Yeah,
uniform.
the
Oh my
coronavirus in America.
Coronavirus. Whoa, that's where you got it from? The fat Asian chicks.
Hey, 2011 was a wild time, bro. Let me tell
You got the coronavirus in 2011?
Agent Zero right here.
What the fuck?
He's
I
been
am-
harboring it for all this.
Conspiracies.
I am the patient, dude.
Wow.
No, I mean, this is somewhat different, but I understand where you're coming from. When I was in college and when I went through my program, it was the same thing with like the project.
Your
we
AA
designed.
program or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
No, with my design projects, it's the same thing. You spend night and day creating these things, and by the end of it, you're like, this is shit. No one's going to like it. I hate this. And then you put it up, and everyone's like, oh, this is really cool. And you're like, okay, maybe it was worth it, I guess, but I still don't want to look at it. And then you go around and see everyone else's, and all of a sudden, immediately, at least what I do is I'm like, oh, I could have done that better on mine, or I could have done this instead of like enjoying all the hard work and process that went into my own project. I immediately am like, fuck, why didn't I do that?
It's because, like, if you're even a little bit of a perfectionist, you're the one who knows all the mistakes. Like, so you don't see all the great parts. You just notice, like, the 1 or 2 little chinks in the armor because it's, like, your baby that you're showing off to people. So I'll post a video with, like, one tiny mistake in it that most people wouldn't even notice, and then I'll be scrolling through the comments like trying to see if anybody noticed the one mistake that's driving me crazy. And even if like one guy out of 5,000 says something, I'll be like, God damn it, somebody saw the mistake. Fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting too. Like, are you a big comment guy? Like, because you obviously have a substantial amount of viewers and stuff.
I don't get.
or-
I'm not so big that I like literally can't read the comments. Like somebody like Philip DeFranco or like PewDiePie, like it would literally be
Hours.
24 hours a day
Yeah.
reading comments. But I get so few that I can usually, if I just want to catch up, it probably take no longer than 10 minutes just to. I mean, it's not that many.
Right on.
So yeah, I read
Comments than us.
all of them.
It's, How many comments
Okay.
do you have?
You do read
Yeah,
all-
yeah, I read all the comments.
Okay,
Three?
okay.
Sweet. We're getting up there, number wise. Yeah.
Yeah, do you what keeps driving you? Obviously they pay you and all of this stuff, but do you like, you know, obviously you like making videos and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I've been doing some reading up on Epicurus lately. You guys know anything about philosophy, Epicurus?
No.
Sounds familiar.
Are you guys
but-
Epicurious right now?
I am curious.
Yeah.
You guys are Epicurious?
For sure.
So, and a lot of people, when you talk about like Epicurus and his lifestyle, they immediately think, "Oh, you're just a lazy person." But it's a misconception. Epicurus lived by the idea of being content in life with what you have, and instead of freaking out about like your next goal and what you don't have, like somebody like Elliot Rodger, for example, he would say, "My life sucks because I don't have a girlfriend, because I can't get laid." Epicurus and his folk would instead say, "Hey, how about you realize your life is great right now? You have everything you need. And if you got a girlfriend, that'd just be icing on the cake. You know, it's just more of a good thing." So the way I've been trying to live my life is to just be happy with the things that I already have. And because I know the things that I have can get taken away at any time. Look what happened to my YouTube channel.
True.
They just take it away. So I try to focus on enjoying what I already have, which is I own a house and I have a cool cat that Nolan got to hang out with the other day. And I genuinely enjoy making videos. So I'll do that as long as I still enjoy it, and just focus on doing the things that you like. And if you get extra good things in life, then appreciate those too. But don't, I'm not gonna be like, oh, my cat's not a good cat because I don't have my 300,000 subscribers. It's like, just do what makes you happy and be happy with what you have. And right now, I'm not like driven to become the next PewDiePie. I'm not focusing on what I don't have. I'm appreciating that right now I have 150,000 subscribers, which that's pretty fucking cool. And I'm just enjoying it. I'm just having fun.
I like it. Did you, I mean, you're literally like 50% back, like you have your followers back.
Yeah, but that's not the way you should think about it.
No,
I'm at 100% of where I'm at right now.
all right. I get that. But my question, sorry that I'm not.
It's like my glass isn't half full or half empty. It's always full.
I
baby.
get that, but how long? So, how long was your Mumkey channel up to get 300,000 subscribers compared to your
It took Mumkey Jones like 4 years to get 300,000, and it took Simian Jimmy a year to get 150,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So,
but it helps that I have a built-in audience. They just need to find me.
True.
But they already know that they want to subscribe, so it's not hard to convince them once they find the channel.
For sure.
Have you ever wanted to venture out and create other types of content? Like what almost when Mumkey Jones was taken away, was there, I don't want to say a thing of relief, but was that almost like a clean slate for you to be like, okay, maybe I can create new content? Is there content that you want to create that maybe you don't think that your audience would like, or you think would be kind of a leap for you, or are you pretty content with the content you create now?
Even in the Mumkey days, I would just make literally whatever I wanted to make. While I was the Elliot Rodger guy, that was about 20 of a catalog of like 200 videos. Yeah. So I would just make whatever I felt like making that week and throw it up. Sometimes I would be doing like a scripted ninja 5-episode like battle show, just filming me in my backyard pretending to be a ninja with some guy, and there would be jokes that would make fun of like ninja anime. But then the next week I'll put up a serious documentary about a YouTube channel that fell apart. It's just like whatever Mumkey Jones felt like making, he made. And I feel like I still do that today. It's just you want to have some of those staples that you put up every so often, so people who subscribed for that, they'll get a sequel in a month or two.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's cool.
Like right now, we started a new series, me and Biggs, called The Wheel of Cursed Meals, which
I've been seeing that all over Twitter, dude.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can do that like 3 or 4 times a year. It's like something people already like and they can look forward to, and then they'll see new random ideas that I have as I have them.
And that's nice because you'd be able to you spread it out enough. You do 3 or 4 times a year where you don't have to feel like you're constantly thinking of new ideas for the wheel. It's like if it comes up with thoughts, it's like cool.
Yeah, it would be really. It would get old if I did it every week. For sure. Yeah, so it's like you got to do that like 3 times a year to keep it special.
Yeah. Is there? I mean, obviously you have a system in place, but is there like an overall system? Like, I'm going to do this week. I guess you already kind of talked about that a bit.
I mean, I used to schedule out and really care. But lately, I've just stopped thinking and stopped caring and just do what I feel like doing at all times.
Just live in the moment, baby.
Yeah, it's like, I haven't had a video out in like 2 weeks, but if I don't really feel like working on the next one, and if I don't feel like I'm enjoying it, then it's just gonna make a shitty video. So I'll just hang out today, and maybe I'll feel like it tomorrow, and then I still get like 3 videos out a month, and that's about what I would expect to do anyway. So
you can't force out good content, and so it comes naturally almost.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm dying for money. So You know,
I'm Tyler.
well, I'm saying like some people
Yeah,
they have to post something every single day to keep paying their bills, and it's like, well, I'm fine. So I don't need to make like a corporate product. I don't need to make something that was inspired by making money. I can just make something that I genuinely felt like making.
Okay, so you don't have like I need once a week.
I used to when I was in college, but that was just because I wanted to. That I wasn't making any money for like the first couple of years, really.
For sure.
Wow.
Do you have? I don't know if this is not a dark question to ask, but do you have a fallback if this falls through and there's no way to come back from it? Like, is there a fallback for
English
you?
teacher.
Yeah, duh.
English teacher, of course, bro.
Well, I've got myself set up so that for the rest of my life, I'll probably be spending less than $1,000 a month on bills and shit, just because I'm not paying rent. I don't pay a house bill because I bought my fucking trailer in the trailer park. So like,
Excellent.
even if YouTube was giving me like $200 a month and I worked at like a movie theater part-time or something, like
I would love it.
yeah, it'd be fun. And like I said, I don't have student debt or anything, so really my whole life is kind of opened up to where I'm not gonna be constantly stressing for cash and shit. So I'm really not that concerned about having like a backup plan when it's like, what, are they gonna kick me out of the house that I own? Like, what are they gonna fucking do?
True,
If
yeah.
the feds do that, don't let them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not like I'm gonna be homeless or moving back in with my parents. Like I own a house. What are they gonna do to me?
True, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah. Like we were just saying in between the small gap, you know, the internet will always be the Wild West to me, in the sense of you could always, I mean, you used to be able to say whatever you wanted, do whatever you wanted, post whatever you wanted. Like, it was yours to create. And like that video I showed you guys from Glink, I think was the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the social media one.
Where he talks about like everything used to be like whatever you wanted it to look like. Like MySpace is the perfect example of like your content, how you want to display it. Now everything is the same color scheme, everything is the same layout, everything has to look like each other and work like each other, and you go from one platform to the next
without even thinking about it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just what kind of content it's delivering, and now it's all serving the only purpose of, or the one and only purpose, and that is making money for advertisements.
Ad revenue, and if you show your titties for Australia, you get banned from Instagram.
Jesus, dude.
I mean, come on, those bushfires are still going.
Are they?
I think so, aren't they?
Hey, I bought some of those nudes. Her bush was fire too. Yeah, Mitch, I've always had a very similar thought of what the internet should be and just free speech in general, and that's I try to keep somewhat the spirit of the old internet alive with my content while still writing the line so I don't get banned again, because that's the last thing I want. So, for example, my last big hit was a video called Top 5 Words That Rhyme with Bigger. It's like rigor, vigor, digger, trigger, you know, all the classics. And that video got like recommended to people. Like YouTube was putting it in people's recommended feeds and shit.
Oh yeah. Do they tell you?
It's-
Do they tell you? Like
The comments, well, because it has 500,000 views and I only have 150,000 subs.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, people are finding this all over the place, and the video's fully monetized. Like, I made a couple $100 off of it because I never actually say the N-word in the video,
Wait,
but
wait.
that's why everybody's laughing at the joke.
N-word rhymes with rigor?
Take it
What?
easy. Take it easy.
Thinking
How would you
emoji.
pronounce that, Nolan? You were saying it before the show.
Oh my God. Take it
Was that
easy.
before or after you were
He
talking
was-
about the Asian chicks?
He was saying it in reference to the helicopter crash. Something.
Oh, that's right.
God, Jesus Christ. No.
And this is the video that will get the most views.
Okay, so then I guess that brings up another question then for me. How does that work? Because we're obviously not monetized or anything.
Oh, we say whatever the fuck we want.
It used to be like you were a partner, you were monetized, but then you said you fully monetized that video. What's that process like?
You have to hope that they don't demonetize it, and it's just like a bot system. So if the bot will scan through the whole video and like anything you say, it'll convert to text them, and if you say a bad word, a lot of the time they'll demonetize it, and then you go through an appeals process where a real human at YouTube will watch the video and then say, oh, this should be monetized or it shouldn't be. And that video, I kept it so clean, like to a robot, that it's a PG rated video. And that's what I'm trying to do is...
Do they give you a rating? Like
they don't give it to you,
Okay.
but like the video doesn't have any curse words in it. It obviously doesn't have the N word, but it's like the implied meaning of the video is like a bunch of fake racist shit in the video and saying all these words that don't rhyme. And so my point is I'm trying to play the field and still make the edgy content that people love, but present it in a way that seems PG to a stupid fucking robot. So like you have to like, if you're gonna be edgy and offensive, you have to do it subtly and intelligently. And I think that makes the jokes funnier too. Instead of just saying 9/11 and you show 9/11, if you can like make a subtle reference to it, not only does it take more creativity, but it's funnier even on an intellectual and even a meta level of like watching a YouTube video in a meta way of they made it in this way so that they could stay monetized, and that I appreciate it even more because of like I see the creative process behind the joke.
Okay.
Wow.
And then, but go for it.
Oh, I was about to say, so you think, I mean, I think you make a great point, and at that, on the outside, it seems like they're holding you captive and you have to walk on eggshells. In reality, it's actually making creators more creative, and the content is more in depth because they have to bob and weave through all these, loopholes and lasers and shit.
I tricked
YouTube into actively promoting a video called Top 10 or Top 5 Words That Rhyme with Bigger, and the thumbnail is Barack Obama with a shovel. And like they were advertising that video to people because obviously the joke is because he's digging, he's a digger.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not what people are gonna think when they fucking look at it.
That is true. But I guess my question though, like what? So you monetize every single video? Like, is there a button that's like I monetize this video or what? Like,
I try to monetize all of them, but the one that you guys are both in has some Mexican mariachi music in it, so the copyright owner of that song is getting all the money for the video because I played their song for 5 seconds in my hour-long video.
Wow.
So like now I'm like downloading video game soundtracks and like Japanese anime soundtracks and stealing all their music because it's not copyrighted because they don't care. So like you can't use popular music if you want to make money.
so you literally, when you upload those videos, you're just like doing it for the views, pretty much, like for content.
Yeah, like that last one, I felt like it was a good video and I wanted it to be up, and I wasn't gonna cut out a big scene just to make money off of it. It's like that's the song I used when I was when I was 17, so it has to be in the final product of the video when I'm 24.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, but I'm not gonna alter my content just to make an extra $20. Like I wasn't gonna make that much money anyway.
For sure.
I appreciate that, hearing that from someone that.
He's not a sellout.
Yeah, that's the thing. I absolutely hate watching these content creators start from something so small, and they get so big, and all of a sudden their content starts changing, and you can see where they start employing certain tactics, and like, okay, this worked in certain videos, so instead of, like you said earlier, like, oh, like the Wheel of Meals, is that what it's
called? The Wheel of Cursed Meals.
Yeah, so instead of doing that, like, 3 or 4 times a year, they're doing it every single week to try to drive in the views, and you're just like, dude, it was funny the couple of times you did it. Now I can tell that's your formula, and now it's just getting tiring again, like, and now it's on to the next.
Is that the first example that probably?
I don't know. There's like,
Oh,
like
Fred?
yeah, like the original
Cancer,
friend, like he,
yeah.
you know, he started making those videos. I feel like he
Yeah.
probably got in that formula because he's like, oh shit, I'm really making it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really follow Fred that much.
For sure.
We had a friend in high school who made Fred parody videos, and I think I watched more of those than the actual Fred videos.
But yeah, I mean, the one question that I like, the overall question, I don't know, is there like maybe there is a defining moment, maybe there's not, but like at some point you had to just like, whether it be in college or whatever part of your life that it was, that like you're like, oh shit, I'm really doing this. I'm really starting to like catch wind and make money off of YouTube, and yeah.
No, it's more of I dedicated myself to it even way before it was successful and even before it was making money. I think when I was living away from my parents for the first time, me and Cobb were roommates in my first ever apartment, and I was just doing YouTube because that's what I wanted to do, and I didn't have any other job at the time, and I was making less money per month than my rent was, but I had enough money saved up that I could keep grinding and trying it and see if it would work. And then as soon as I was making more money than I was spending every month, I guess that would have been when I realized I can do this. And as long as you do that, you're golden, right? As long as you're making more than you're spending, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
100%.
Fuck yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's just smart money, and
You're are you an accountant? Is that your backup?
No, it's
bro?
English.
Yeah, I'm English. I don't know. I ain't no good at math.
He
No,
can
I
read the
ain't
fine
no
print, but he just signs and crosses the T's.
Yeah, I took pre-calc in high school.
same here.
That was like
I watched 21. I know how to count cards, bro.
We all did. We're all sophisticated math geniuses. We took our pre-calc.
Yeah, 2 + 2 = 4. Quick math.
True.
Quick math.
He did that very fast.
Very fast.
I would have had to pull out my phone, open the. I can never find the calculator app when I need
And
it.
some people think it equals fish, which I don't understand. I mean, what the fuck?
So
Jesus made that happen one time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
And,
he
the
doubled
bread.
up the fish. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, wow.
That's fucking sick.
Yeast equals meat.
2 fish is now 4 fish. Boom.
Religion, man.
Quick math.
Now, Nolan, do you think that Jesus was a white man?
Or is he
Was he
bigger?
was he Middle Eastern like he actually was, or
I mean,
I'm just asking questions here. Why am I getting some hate
wait?
speech?
Did Jesus
in
have
Trump's
to?
land?
Jesus had to dig his own grave.
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was in a cave.
Yeah, and
There's a
then,
tomb.
and then like he came out.
Why am I a Jesus expert? All the
No, I mean,
Well, aren't you Christian?
because Midwestern white Christians like you think that Jesus Christ was a white man.
White man.
And if they knew that he looked like a fucking turban-wearing Muslim, they would have a problem with it, Nolan.
They wouldn't believe what Trump says.
You fucking racist.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, it's current year, Nolan. Come on.
Yeah,
like I mean, if I'm taking this question seriously, I don't think that it's possible for him to be white
Why not?
just because of where he was born.
Well, that's racist.
Yeah, that's-
Jesus was white.
He was holy of unholy.
Yeah.
He took our sins.
He was made in God's image. You really think God is fucking brown? God is a white man because he's perfect.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying what Nolan I'm reading Nolan's text messages.
Text messages.
For people who are listening to this podcast, I was reading those from my phone.
Exactly.
And people who are watching,
He was reading it
that
from
his
his
phone.
Nolan texted it to me before the show.
Yeah.
No,
Bring it up at
so
least 20 minutes.
What do you? I guess to not necessarily wrap this up, but to look into the future. What do you think the future holds? Not just for your content, but YouTube in general and content creation on the internet. Do you think there will be the next new thing like Internet 2.0 or whatever? Just how do you think content creation is going now? And
Yeah, like do you
see
like
it-
obviously you have like a love for other YouTubers and stuff. Do you see like channels that are up and coming or like yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue that YouTubers ever face is going to be the people running YouTube itself. And it seems like every time they take one step forward, they'll take 5 steps back. Recently, I feel like they've decided that edgier content is going to be less restrictive and that they're going to try to partner with because like on Comedy Central, if there can be ads on South Park, wouldn't those same advertisers want to be on my video? Because I'm as edgy as South Park.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like Coca-Cola is gonna like, oh, it's okay when Cartman says the N-word, but when Simian Jimmy says the B word, oh, we can't put money on the video.
I think YouTube announced they're going to try to partner with people who, like companies who are okay with edgier content. So it's like, oh, that's good, that's great. But then around the same time, they took down iDubbbz's content cop on Leafy, and they're like, oh, no more bullying videos. Like, it's not even a fucking bullying video. He said that he has a weak chin, and they take the whole video down. A video with like 18 million views. They'll just take that shit down. So the people running YouTube are completely inconsistent and don't know what they're doing. And when they try to help, they make everything worse. If you watch Nerd City's video about how they're demonetizing LGBT creators for having like the word gay in the title of their video, just retarded shit. They don't know what they're doing. I'd say unless the administration at YouTube gets together and smart people start working for the company and actually have a vision of, but I don't know. It seems like most of the things they're doing are just to make them more money. And I don't know if there's any way to overcome that greed. They're going to keep pushing Will Smith as the #1 YouTuber. Yeah. And yes, I don't know.
Maybe there is
Will Smith's the #1 YouTuber?
Yeah, you betcha.
They're trying to make him the #1 YouTuber.
Genie.
Yo, that's hot.
Took
It's
Robin
rewind
Wilson.
time, dude.
I'm so confused.
Just don't worry about it. YouTube has their head so far up their own ass
Dude.
that
You hear
they're
that, Susan?
sniffing their own
Quit
farts.
fucking around.
I mean,
But that's interesting though. How can like with the LGBT, like that's literally coming from the source, and they're saying gay in their video, like
Yeah, well, because it's just a fucking bot. It's just listening for the word lesbian, and then it demonetizes you if you say it. Like, they don't care
About the context. If they cared about context, I wouldn't have been taken down in the first place.
That's insane.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's literally insane.
And
Yeah.
the most insane thing is
YouTube is the only website like this. It's a monopoly in my mind. It's owned by Google. Vimeo and Dailymotion and all those videos, you guys never go on there.
No.
If you want to watch a video, you go on YouTube.
Yep.
Nothing else can compare other than maybe Twitch, but that's just a different style of content entirely. But at least Twitch has like Mixer, who Mixer will say, oh, Twitch sucks and is banning people for no reason. Come over to Mixer. At least they have good competition and big name people. YouTube has no rival. They can do all of this bullshit and get away with it, and we don't have a choice.
I guess that brings up a good point, because while right now they don't, as much as I despise the platform, TikTok,
ooh,
in terms of like giving YouTube a run for its money. Now I get that you can take TikToks and put them on YouTube. However, when I see TikTok as not just Vine 2.0, but something even larger, like that is the like anyone content creation platform, and that is what I view as giving YouTube not necessarily a run for the money, but like, hey, someone else can come along and potentially take that away from you. How do you feel about platforms like that? Do you think they have a stay in this, or do you think it's just another fad and that'll be done in 6 months?
I'm all for anything that lets everyday people post their own creations and let people see it. I'd be happy if 10 years from now YouTube was dead and some other app like TikTok or something was the new big thing.
it would suck for like the people who established themselves on YouTube, but like in the old days, the people who didn't want to, or like when they're making silent movies and they're like, hey, we just invented this thing called sound. It's like Charlie Chaplin's like, oh well, fuck that, I'm just gonna make silent movies forever. Like he would have died. You have to stick with the times. You can't be the fucking boomer who says, oh, YouTube was the first, so it has to stay relevant forever.
Like, sometimes you gotta move on and do what's popular if you want to stay popular.
I don't know. Maybe this is just me being weird, but as you were talking about TikTok and stuff, it's presented to you differently. It's mobile. It's on your phone and stuff. Where I view YouTube strictly as like a desktop website. Like, I don't get... Like, I'd watch YouTube videos on my phone,
Well,
but
I
only
can,
when I stream to like my TV.
Or
I can look at my analytics. It'll tell me what percentage of people are on their phone, streaming on Chromecast, on a desktop.
Yeah,
So
Switch on
we can
Switch.
get these numbers.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can do it on mobile.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. That. Like they track everything. That scares the shit out of me.
It's Google.
Dude. It's
very
it
true,
scares
very
me,
true,
man.
yeah.
Like the assistant think I said okay Google, and now it's listening even more than it already was.
Okay, Google, look up lesbian porn.
Ah, perfect. Thank you.
Oh.
I actually didn't say gay porn like I would have said.
Oh. Wait, is queer out?
It's not a YouTube video.
Video, so it doesn't have to be
Okay.
monetized.
And it doesn't rhyme with bigger.
No, I don't think so. Analytics. Let's see.
Nagger.
Audience.
Nobody.
Relax.
Dude, it's like the South Park clip, man.
The people who annoy
Yeah,
you.
People who annoy you.
Yeah, I'm just copying South Park. Was that gonna come back on my Twitter feed in 10 years and then get me banned from?
There's no way you're drinking Busch Light from that. I'll tell you that,
I
dude.
tell you straight up.
Coors won't give a shit about what we're saying.
Because Coors is life, bro.
That or
Okay,
White
I'm
Claw.
sure there's a way to find this, but I can't find it in the analytics right now. There's too much shit.
It's out there, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
just
Yeah.
look it
Believe
up.
Do you care about the analytics at all? Do you care about your numbers at all? I mean, you have to
My-
a certain point because you get paid for it, but
Well, just as a personal goal, I like to see every video get 40,000 views within a week, and most of them do that. So if I hit that, I'm just fine. But if a video gets less than that, then it's like, well, maybe people aren't that interested in this topic, so I'll just focus on something else next time.
okay.
But I don't take it very seriously at all. It's really more of a free-spirited, like literally whatever I felt like making, I'm gonna make.
And I feel like we had that same attitude here on the Quarter Life Crisis podcast.
Yes, you
we
betcha.
we literally like we all love doing this, and we take an hour out of our day, 2 hours out of our day, or whatever to just fucking ball yap. And it's like it's relaxing to be able to come on here with these guys and having guests like you on to just like literally, with talk about current times and just kind of get that break from. This is what I'm doing for 2 hours and nothing else really matters, and it's cool. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love this podcast because I know we've said it a million times, and like you've said it for me, it's a release. It's like I get to hang out with my homies and just talk. I don't give a shit if this video gets 0 views. Like I really don't
exactly,
care.
Yeah.
That or like finding new topics to talk about too.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I mean, I never thought I'd be talking about YouTube, or like even talking with Tyler. Like first time I met Tyler, cool ass dude, Carlisle boy. I mean,
Shout out.
I think 10 years from now, you guys are going to be so happy that you did this show, because as somebody who now gets to look back at literally myself 10 years ago and the shit I was doing on video, in 10 years you'll be like, oh, what was my opinion on the music of 2019? Oh, I have a 2-hour in-depth conversation I have with my friends that I can listen to in my 40s and be like, oh, that's what I was like when I was 24.
What a
Cool.
dick.
What a dumbass.
Yeah,
Probably was
but
gonna
even if it is embarrassing, there's something cathartic about seeing where you, like a specific time of your life right there in front of you, and you can see yourself and see where you are now and how much you've grown and changed, and in some ways how you haven't. And I think it's really it's a good thing to document yourself like this, to look back on in the future, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, and then that's watching that video earlier that you had. It was just crazy. Like seeing myself in these videos, I'm like, holy shit! Like that was however many years ago. Like
That's like I was literally just sitting there doing this in front of a camera, and now here it is. I forgot all about it, and it's right in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
That's cool.
I'm 100% with you there, and like being able to look back on that stuff, and it's like photos 2.0, dude. Like
Whoa. Say, like moving photos?
moving photos, dude. It's
Jesus.
crazy.
Some Harry
you-
Potter shit.
Bro, you can take slow-mo selfies. Did you see that, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Is it
you
like
so much,
sexy
Apple.
shit?
Thank you, Tim
Yeah.
Apple, for the very cool
Tim
invention.
Oh yeah, because my boy Donnie, bro, Tim Apple, yeah.
Thank you, Tim Apple. You're just genius, mastermind. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the sponsorship.
I don't know, man.
Is one of these supposed to be Nolan?
Yeah, the dude with
The
the
pedo
Yeah,
stash.
they do way more than a stash now. Who drew that? They forgot the rest of your.
You hear that, Taylor? You
Yeah,
forgot to draw the rest
yeah,
of the body.
Yeah, what the fuck, Taylor?
I mean, I'm still a curly-headed fuck, so
Yeah,
that's accurate.
That's accurate.
They're
Yeah.
wearing Lakers to celebrate the helicopter crash.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
man, no.
Wait, do helicopters crash in lakes?
Do they?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Have you even
What-
been
what
to
do you
LA
think?
before?
No.
You're so disrespectful.
Wow.
How could you do something like that, dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Should we spend the last 6 minutes just making Nolan look really, really bad?
Oh, you betcha.
Just shit on Nolan time. We got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left.
So why'd you say the Holocaust was a farce?
Wait, you said Hitler did nothing wrong.
Oh my goodness. No, we're not getting into it. We're not. You know, I don't know. You guys got anything else to ask? Something
I
that's
think
off your heart?
yesterday was the anniversary of the people being freed from Auschwitz, and I heard you were really upset that people were happy about it.
Yeah.
You said, "Oh man, why are we celebrating this tragedy?"
Oh,
This
my-
is the edgy content people come here
This-
for. Nolan.
exactly.
Who are you? Ari Shafir, bro?
Oh, is he the one who was like, "Yeah, Kobe's a rapist, bro"?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Ari Shafir used to have these videos where his character was the amazing racist, and it was like stylized as the show The Amazing Race, but
Yep.
he's the amazing racist. And I don't know if they were sketches or if he's like actually going up to random people and filming them, but he would just like it wasn't even funny. It would just be like black people walking by in a park, and he's like, "Hey, we're giving free boat rides to Africa. Hey, you blackie, you want to get on?" And it's like,
Wow.
wow,
Is that the guy that went to the Jewish supermarket dressed up like a
probably
Jew and had like the clipboard and he's like,
yeah, that was
apologize for something.
That was
Yeah.
the amazing racist. Yeah,
dude.
I've
Ari
seen that
Shafir's an
video
ass-
and
Is
Ari
he,
Shafir's an asshole,
Isn't
bro.
he
I saw him
Jewish?
live. We saw him live in.
He is Jewish, yeah.
Yeah, we saw him live in New York.
Was he funny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was talking about. So we went to the New York Comedy Club. Me and Chris did.
On
Or Chris
420.
and I. Was it on 420?
It was on
It was.
420.
LOL. But,
dude, weed.
Wait,
but yeah,
what?
so we were in New
That
York.
was Hitler's birth.
It was Hitler's birth.
That's why Nolan was happy.
yeah.
We're celebrating.
But what?
By seeing a Jew.
Tell jokes.
Dance for me, Jew. I'm Nolan.
The only problem was he didn't have his beanie on, so I was like, take it back.
I'm Nolan.
His head saucer.
But no, we saw him at the New York Comedy Club, and there was like 8 comedians on stage that each gave like a 15-minute sketch, and his sketch was like more like was built into his like hour comedy show. I think he said the same story, but it was about the Old Testament and the story of sodomy and Noah. And
Sodomy and Gomorrah.
Yes, sodomy. Yes.
Noah,
but
Noah.
about Noah, because Noah's Ark and all that stuff. He lived in sodomy and all that stuff.
Okay.
And it talked about how like
Butt fucker.
God hated butt fuckers
Yeah.
because it was supposed to be
gay,
all vagina, all vagina.
Yeah, all
yeah.
vagina, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like, this town's literally named Sodomy, which means yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with a little butt action. I mean, I'm all for it, but
Wow.
well, I mean, Nolan won't touch the Asian chicks unless they do butt stuff.
exactly.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
like a little lick.
I was gonna thank you for coming on, but I don't think I'm going to anymore.
Do
honestly.
the Asian chicks thank you when you come on?
We're done.
Mom, if you listen this far, thank you so much.
Exactly.
You're a trooper.
Do your parents listen to this show?
My
I don't
mom
know.
does, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my parents catch it every now and then. but-
Tracy the Gray. I mean, the Hazels here and
Yeah.
there.
I mean, if we're really going to end it, especially talking about our parents, I think we need to reference.
How Nolan said he wanted to fuck his mom in high school.
wow.
That's it's like the big secret. He's like, guys, I want to fuck
Oh
my
my
mom.
Story time
No,
to me.
quick story time on close to us graduating and the little stunt that Tyler pulled on Facebook
The
with Zach.
little stunt.
With
The little stunt.
there was a bomb threat at our high school, and being the group of friends that we are, and Zach with the nationality that he is, Tyler goes, "Thanks for the bomb threat, Zach."
No, he's Muslim, so I Facebook messaged or Facebook status, congrats to Zach for his great senior prank. I didn't say anything about a bomb in it, but of course the Carlisle Police Department is full of Carlisle police, kind of low IQ, low T individuals.
What are you trying to say?
They're probably fucking retarded. They called me in, and then Zach's dad called me on the phone while I was doing a police interview, and then he was like yelling at me on speakerphone, and I was like, "I'm sorry, sir," and I just hang up, and the cop's like, "Fuck."
Classic.
But what was your side of the story, Mitch?
Well, basically that, but it's funny because at the end of it, Abbott actually ended up like laughing at the whole situation when it was all said and done, and he walked back in and was like, "Yeah, sorry, Barb, they arrested Zach for the whole entire situation. She just lost her shit." So like,
Zach got arrested?
no, he said that he did to fuck with her. So like, that's the story my parents love telling, is that whole entire thing of Zach having to go down and get questioned for a bomb threat at high school. And we ended up during our high school, Zach and I had our graduation party together. And one of the photos for Zach's part of the slideshow, we photoshopped him in an orange jumpsuit.
So you would say that your party was the bomb then? Your graduation party?
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I should hire you to be one of my comedy writers, Nolan.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, he only does it for Asians, though.
Oh, shit.
God.
But thank you for coming on, Tyler. This has been awesome. It's been so cool talking to you and catching up and everything. So thank you for coming on.
I'll come crash the show every so often. I think that'd be fun.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's been great having you on. Like, obviously, longtime friends, and I'm glad that we could pick your brain a bit and see.
And I gotta find more videos I can throw you guys into to embarrass you in front of all those
please,
people.
Yeah, please do. We're all about the clout here at the Quarter Life Crisis
Just
Podcast.
Photoshop me in.
Oh yeah. 100%. But yeah, no, we've got about 10 seconds left, so we're signing off. This is Mitch.
Nolan.
Chris.
Tyler, Simian Jimmy.
Oh, thank you for coming to the Quarter Life Crisis Podcast.
See you later.
Later.